Okay, on the big main software walkthrough tutorial, I mentioned a couple of times that I would get to the WordPress side of things later. Okay, this is that part of the tutorial. All right, so here I am. I got a blog set up. I've got about 30,000 pages and posts on it. A little over 8,000 pages and posts are actually active. In other words, they're already out there, with the rest being just automatically set on drip feed. So we'll just go through here and look at some things, right? Just so that you're familiar with everything. So I've already run the software. My site's all set up. This is all finished. Now let me come over here to plugins. And these are the plugins that the software is going to install for you. There's 4 of them, right? Some of them you do nothing with, others you do things with. This one you do nothing with. The software itself uses that. This one, there's nothing for you to do. The software itself handles that. These two, however, I just said that wrong. The OTP transport you don't use, the rotator you will. So you're going to, when you, after you've run your campaign, you've got your blog where you want it, you have 2 things that you need to go in and change. And no, you don't have to wait until you've finished entirely with that thing. You can come and do it after it starts running, okay? Or after it starts posting pages, you can come in and do these things. So let's just look at these. Now, first thing that we want to do is this URL rotator. So on this one, you go to Tools, and you go to URL rotator. Now, it's going to have this, it's going to have my domain in there just as default, basically showing you, okay, this is where you would put your data, right? Which is the page or pages that you want your traffic to be sent to. And so you can just delete this out and type in whatever you want or paste in. And you can do as many URLs as you want if you want to split the traffic up between 3 URLs or 6, or if you only want it to go to 1, whatever. Now, when you first open this page, this, of course, doesn't exist there, and you might see some error coming across here. But that error is just saying, hey, I've got nowhere to be. I'm not set up. That all goes away when you simply put in where you want your traffic to actually go to, and you click on the adjunct group, right? Or whatever, the button may say something different when you're first starting out, but it's this button right here, right? So on this one, this particular one I set up, I guess, 2 days ago. And I've done nothing to it, but it's already starting to get some click-throughs to it. It's just now starting to get indexed good. You know, it takes a little time. You just have to cope with that. Some of them, you know, you're not going to get any clicks. Some of them you may get more clicks. There's no way to know. On indexing, it is what it is. Google does it themselves. But what I find with these blogs, in most cases with WordPress, is that I don't have to do anything special. It just starts happening on its own. Of course, if you wanted to get something kick-started, you could go to one of your blogs that, for example, is getting indexed, and you say you've got some others that aren't, and then use the comment afterburner on the main software and enable the PBN functionality, put the links to your other blogs into that, and then run it on this blog that is being indexed. That way Google will naturally find those links on their own, and they'll index it at some point. So that's all you do here. You just put in the URLs of what you want, and you click this button. That's going to go to here, right? So that, and this just gives you a quick way to see what traffic. I mean, it's not much in the way of tracking. It's just giving you a quick visual on it. So that's how you find this one. It's under Tools and OTP URL Rotator. Now the next one you want to go to is this one that says Organic Traffic Platform. On this one, it just has a little basic default message, and it's about a discount. You can do anything you know. You can change all of this stuff up however you want it to be. The most important things to do is, like on your call to action, you want to make sure and give it a URL destination, because that's where, if they click this button, it would go. So you want to put in your URL, change the page however you want to, and then overlay status, you want to make sure that that is set to active, and then you'll save changes. Now understand the way that this works is, you're saying, well, what about this one here where I told it where to send my traffic? That's right. Here's what happens. When you're running the main software, and you can, it defaults at 7 seconds that it would stay on this page. When somebody goes to any of the pages that are pages or posts that's in your blog, it would land on this page. That's all they would see. Now the search engines, they actually see the underlying content, but a user, a real person, they would only see this message, right, covering the whole screen. So by default, it would stay there for 7 seconds, and then it would just auto redirect going on to one of the pages that you put into your URL rotator, right? That's what, if you reflect back to the main tutorial, you'll see I explained that you could set that to 0 if you didn't want it to show, you just wanted to maybe flash for a second and go on to the thing. Or you could set it, for example, to 30 seconds, to where a person just lands on this, and that's pretty much their only move. They either leave or click your button. And if they just happen to, say, walk away from the computer, they hit your link in the search engines, then walked away from the computer for some reason and came back, well, by then it would probably already be redirected on over to the URL that you put there. So pretty powerful stuff, but that's all there is to it on this side. So I'll leave you to it.